Welcome back to the Stache Club Wrestling Podcast. This is the first time people are seeing the new set. People are seeing this today.
I was just thinking that. This is going to be their first look at the new set, and the next batch of quizzes, they'll see that we will also be in this same situation. But yeah, new setup for now.
Back to the couch.
Yeah.
OG couch.
Honestly,
I mean, my headphones on. I
I'm
felt
fine with
naked.
that. Something's different here.
I felt something different.
You don't have the headphones on. Yeah, so it's not your our first red couch that we had that was sitting on plywood. You know what I mean? This is a little bit more comfier.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But yeah, back to our roots. We're back to the grind. Back in the slums. This is what we got working for us right now.
Plus, like we did the quizzes earlier. I'm doing a million things at once.
At some point, I might take off my mic, but honestly, I feel kind of professional doing it like this.
Like I said, I think we'll get stands for the next time. So
This is work in progress.
Everything's a work in progress. Yeah. Obviously, you know, little less of a set, little less of a pretty design.
Hey, but it's still the same us.
I'll be honest though. We filmed the quizzes first, and we were doing that. And now as we were like midway through the first one, I was like, I kind of like just chilling on the couch. It's a lot more.
I feel more relaxed.
You know
honestly.
what I mean?
Like it's not like as professional feeling, I guess. So it's a little bit more loosey goosey or whatever.
But those chairs we were on were tough. We're chilling. We're talking wrestling.
If you don't like this setup, the good news is you don't have to hear the squeakiness of the chairs moving forward. That was the worst.
Yeah.
That was the worst part. Every single week, I had the fear that I was going to be falling through one of those chairs.
Because you can even hear it in the edit too. Sometimes you'll just one of us will shift, and you'll just hear ee, ee,
oh yeah, 100%. No, it drove me crazy. I can only imagine what it was like for you guys.
But yeah, so we're back to the couch.
Back to our roots.
Well, we can start before we get started. Actually, we can make sure there's no ad read. But before we get started, no ad read. Okay,
yeah, I don't think so.
Before we get started, this is today's free episode. If you want to listen to this episode, I know I just said ad free, but YouTube ad free. If you want to listen to this with 0 ads, as well as a bonus episode that is an every single week occurrence, head over to patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling. It's also linked in the description. For $5.99 a month, you get all of that. It's 2 episodes, 2 ad-free episodes a week.
What do we have, like over 120
I
members
think it hit that.
Join the group. We have some people on there that join for free. Sorry, you're not getting anything out of it.
But it also links to the Discord. So the Discord's
you do get something out of it. But yeah.
Well, no, the free one doesn't link to the Discord.
Never mind. Ignore everything I'm saying right now.
But anyway, also I'm hearing it in my headphones. I think it might get edited out. Echoey. It's also like there's also just nothing in this room.
That's
so it's
true.
Like echo.
Yeah.
Wow, I can
hear that.
Echo. That's
big
awesome.
Time. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, we'll work around it.
Anyway, enough with the about that. It's also getting hot in here.
Oh, you know what?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Hey, listen, guys. I know this is a wrestling podcast, but if you're a basketball fan or you're a fan of me, follow my basketball podcast, Sitting Courtside. It's on YouTube. It is on streaming platforms, all that good stuff. We make basketball podcasts. We have shorts, gamified content, stuff like that. If you want to support me, support the channel, or just listen to us talk basketball.
Sure.
Follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Link in the description. I appreciate you.
Only a few more weeks of the season yet left. Perfect time to
listen.
To start
the NBA off season is fantastic too. There's always stuff going on. But yeah, check it out. Appreciate it.
All right, wrestling. We got, again, also, it's been a busy week, so it's a fly by the seat of our pants episode, if you couldn't already tell.
But we're going to work through it.
But let's start with AJ Styles pulling a Mark Henry.
You know, man, this Cody Rhodes title run is like everything from...
I'm having a ball.
Like, Cody Rhodes lost to Roman last year. Then he won the title a year later. And now this timeline is so similar to John Cena. Like he lost to The Rock at WrestleMania, went through this whole thing, had a feud with Brock Lesnar, hard times, make better men, all that stuff. Gets the title back at WrestleMania. First feud was with a man that faked a retirement.
Oh yeah, it's even
like the timeline is almost beat for beat. Like
I remember you even saying that like pre WrestleMania 40. So it's like it's funny that it's still on.
Yeah,
track
no, they're still doing it. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting AJ Styles to retire. It was one of those things where it was like I could tell they were playing an angle. I was like, if AJ Styles is actually retiring, I think it would have been more of a big deal.
They got me though, Derek. Like I didn't think it was happening, and then halfway through the speech, I was like, is this really like they got me? I thought it was
they
actually
played
happening.
it well. They played it well. I just was I didn't want to believe. I was like he just came back. He's bigger than ever. He's jacked up. I was like, there's no way he did that just to be back for 6 months.
I thought we nailed the prediction. I really thought they were pulling a TNA. Which like
oh yeah
because they did
too.
save it for the end of the show, so I don't think they would have given TNA like that light.
Right.
But I was really expecting like I'm going after the TNA.
I'm retiring
from
WWE, but I'm going back to TNA.
That's what I thought.
Like
yeah, but
that could have made sense.
Or like challenging for the TNA title on WWE TV. I don't know. I really didn't know. I'll be honest. They did get me. AJ Styles.
He played it off well. Fantastic.
Actor. Even tears. He was tearing up.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody was
cries at everything.
So I think I audibly, which like I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at him, but it's like it's a funny thing. I forget because AJ called Cody down to the ring.
He said something like, "This is the house that I built. I'm giving you the keys," or something like that. And Cody Rhodes like
instantly did that Cody thing. The
looking, trying to hide
instant tears and that cry smile he does. The instant. It was so good. It was the second anything half sentimental. It's just like.
Dude, literally
instantly
anything.
Love it.
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, this was great. I didn't pick up on the Mark Henry reference until like after with like the pastel suit.
He wasn't wearing the salmon suit.
No salmon, but it was still like it was still a pastel like color. Very Eastery. Yeah, this was overall. I loved it. It's like going backstage, saying bye to people. Then he had the Good Brothers. He was like, "You guys been with me from the start. Come on out with me." They came out with them, like we were mentioning, brought Cody out. It seemed like it was a real passing the torch thing, a little Bullet Club to Bullet Club thing almost too. And yeah, this was sick.
They played it off well.
Looks like we're leading to Cody AJ rematch.
Clash at the Castle, I guess.
Could be Clash.
I mean, they have to have the WWE Championship match because then after that, it's Money in the Bank, which is a month away, which I guess isn't too far. But
it's shocking to me they're running the rematch back so quick, which I'm glad they are because I liked their first match.
The thing is, though, it's like I know we say there's nothing wrong with being predictable and stuff like that because it can still be great. AJ isn't winning. He's just not winning. You know what I mean?
But you can say that about the next 8 opponents.
100%. Which is where it's fine because it's going to be a great match. I mean, their first match was awesome. I think, can they top it? I think they have a chance to. I think it'll be in front of another amazing crowd if it's at Clash of the Castle. I think it has the chance to, be a match of the night, just like it was at the last show. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, to me, I also look at it because I was seeing on Twitter, it's like, who's Cody Rhodes' next opponent? Who is it going to be? People it should be AJ again. And I was like, do what? He just lost. So they're going to give him 2 losses in a row. I feel like they got to give him something else at this point. But I mean, it's AJ Styles. He can rebound off of these losses and still be treated as a top guy. I just don't know if I like the fact that he's going to be losing again. But at least he's getting a championship match, so I guess it's glass half full thing.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
It also just kind of seems like I don't want to use the word safe, but it's like the Scotland show came up quick. AJ and Cody already have a story.
You don't have
to
start
start
anything new.
Even when this happened, I was like, I think when they had it, maybe either we were talking about it or I was thinking about it. I wouldn't mind this being a best of 3, but also that Cody can't lose. But
right, exactly.
Even just but the two is I'll take a 2.
I mean, this happened when Roman won the WWE Championship back in 2016. He had 2 straight matches with AJ Styles, and AJ lost both of them. And obviously, it worked out well for AJ. He ended up being fine, being a Hall of Famer. But I mean, I get it. He's at the tail end of his career. I do think he has another title run in him still, but at this point, putting guys over, like you said, I think it's a safe opponent, because they're going to put on a great match, and Cody's going to come up victorious. It's another good match for Cody, so it just sets him up for the next feud, I guess.
We can move on, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess I don't have much. I don't have much else to say about it. I really liked the segment though. I thought it was a fantastic segment.
No, they did it well. They ran it well.
But also very very relieved when, very relieved when AJ attacked him or whatever ended up happening, to see that, okay, oh, thank God AJ's not retiring. I swear toward the end there, I was like, are they actually? There's no way. Are they actually? And then the swerve, and I was like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God we get more AJ.
No, listen, AJ has plenty left in the tank. He doesn't have to go anywhere anytime soon.
You can say this about a lot of people. Like, Rey is up there, Randy's up there in terms of like one last title run. And that title would more so be the World Heavyweight Championship.
Sure.
But it's like, how many of those people can you fit into that title picture? How many people can you shift over to whatever it is?
Only so many guys can get last world title runs, like, and make it make sense too. You know what I mean? So hopefully maybe one day he'll get that.
I think all three of those men deserve it.
100%.
Randy, Ray, AJ are at like top of my list in terms of like vets who need just one more run.
I agree.
One more. It doesn't need 2 months. Give me 2 months.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a year long.
Doesn't need to be crazy.
Just something crazy. Yeah.
What else we got? Gorillas of Destiny is, I guess, what they were called in New Japan, and I think that's at least what Bleacher Report is calling their team. The team of the Tongas.
The Tongas.
Tonga first name, Tonga last name.
Yeah, that's right.
They got the Dubski over Street Profits. We've just gotten more just like Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman stuff. Paul Heyman's getting more and more scared.
I think we're getting closer and closer to Roman returning. I feel like Roman's posting workout videos and stuff like that.
Oh, is he?
He's getting back in there.
Was there a promo? Am I thinking of a week before? Was there the Kevin Owens and Paul Heyman thing?
That was this past week.
That was this past week. Okay,
I think Paul Heyman was like saying I'm scared of the Bloodline or something like that, or telling him to stay away from the Bloodline.
He was my favorite is when the crowd chants, "We want Roman." He's like, "You don't know how bad." It's like, you think you want Roman, I want Roman.
I need Roman. Yeah, we're getting closer and closer. I mean, Solo Sikoa is definitely power hungry. Being in charge. They had a backstage promo where they were talking about keeping Cody Rhodes and Shaq in line or something like
which
that.
I like that there's still, the Bloodline is still has Cody in their sights,
And Solo said something along the lines of like he doesn't know, but like we have everything taken care of. And Paul's like, who's we? And then Kevin Owens' music hits. I think that we eventually, I mean, Jacob Fatu is coming. He's going to debut. I think in my head, that's what they were alluding to. Obviously, he has the Tongas and stuff like that with him. But I think just as we're close to Roman returning, I think we're getting closer to Jacob Fatu coming along.
SummerSlam, maybe even Money in the Bank, but SummerSlam at the very least, I think is the big, either that's Roman has to be at SummerSlam.
I mean, the rumor going around is that it's going to be Solo and Roman at SummerSlam, which
maybe an earlier return. I don't know.
I think the match makes sense, but I think that's a very underwhelming match.
Yeah, but you got to do it eventually.
I think SummerSlam's a big stage for it. I mean, first match back for Roman. I mean, it makes sense, part of the story, but I don't know when he'll be back. I mean, we're still a few months away from SummerSlam, 2 months away, so we have a little bit of time, but
how do you feel about the Tongas? They're not super doing it for me.
I mean, it's still so new.
Yeah.
Where it's like...
And this is all coming from, like, I don't want to speak for you, but, like, I don't know of any of their New Japan work.
I mean, Tama Tonga, I'm much more familiar with. Mm-hmm. Tonga Low, I've heard terrible things about.
I've only heard bad. Yeah, I've seen bad
clips.
Stuff. Yeah,
and it's just like kind of one of those.
The only thing I've seen,
he's the guy that's here to take the pins.
Yeah,
he's the guy that's going to take the falls.
But he's the one in the clip where it's like, I think he's facing Okada, and he's like kind of like hitting him or something.
Exactly.
Like,
that's the clip I was thinking of. Yeah, I mean, I think they're better as a tag team because obviously Tamalonga was in the King of the Ring tournament and stuff like that. And I think he can pass for a singles wrestler.
Yeah.
I think he is much better than his brother.
I don't love the barking thing. when he just like the
weird, very weird.
That.
But I think they're better served as a tag team. I think it makes sense because in my head, I think long term, like new Bloodline versus old Bloodline. I think those two against the Usos, Solo Roman, Fatu versus whoever. That's kind of how I'm matching it up. But I mean, again, it's fairly new. It's also, for what it's worth, it's a step down from what it was before. I mean, listen, we hit peak Bloodline story stuff like a year ago. So it's like what they come out with now, like especially since Roman isn't involved, it's just not as good. It's just not as like must see TV as, I mean, when Roman comes back,
I just think they're lacking a little bit of star power, 100%.
And like, you're being led
like,
by Solo, who didn't win a match all of last year, really. So,
and he's like, I think he's absolutely a main. I think he's absolutely, at this point, you can say he's a main eventer. At minimum, he's definitely at least a main roster guy. Like, I don't think there's any like argument of like he should be sent down to NXT or nothing like that. But when the Bloodline was in their prime, they had Roman and the Usos,
right,
who are just like star power is crazy
100%.
there. And now, and I get what they're trying to do, but now they're trying to make this like this new Bloodline 2.0, seem intimidating or important. And it's like you were saying, it's like Solo, who like hasn't gotten a lot of wins, was always a background character, and now these two new guys that to a WWE audience and to me is just super not familiar. Tama Tonga has looked solid, but it's and I'm not saying this like this is definitive right now. Like, I'm absolutely in the camp, like, give it time, they'll grow, or whatever.
Me too.
As of right now, it's a little like all right, I'm not super invested. Maybe not invested is not the word, but I'm not super excited for a for a GOD match.
Sure. Yeah. So, but I think they'll get there. I think when the big hitters come back, like Roman Reigns comes back, I think it'll really boost it up.
Eventually, I think The Rock will be on their side, which is the star power they're looking for.
And that's the thing too. I'm thinking like maybe Solo is just the puppet. He's the what's the term I'm thinking of? The Rock is the head of the snake here, and he's the one calling the shots, and Solo is just kind of the man showing up and running the orders and stuff like that. And also too, like, I just don't think WWE did enough to build. I don't think they built Solo up enough to put him in this position for me to take it seriously, because I don't take it seriously. And they have him dressed like a weekend cosplayer with the red and then the glove. He does look
like he's just like in the mafia or whatever.
And that part's kind of like, if he was a killer and they didn't have him going like a 20 match losing streak last year, maybe I take him more seriously. He did beat Cena, but they did nothing with that.
I also preferred it when he was more like Umaga, in the sense that he was just like the quiet guy, and then the only time you'd hear him is when he'd yell doing the spike.
Right. I think Solo is much better suited of being not the top guy, but the middle guy. Like he was Roman Reigns' enforcer, and that worked. That, for what it was worth, it worked. At least more than what it is now.
I like the more unhinged, crazy, sort of like
now
he
he's
could
just more
do
of like calling the shots, more of like a business, all business type of thing. But it'll get there. It's still so new.
I think so too.
And again, if Jacob Fatu is coming, they don't even have their complete bloodline yet. So like, let's wait.
Isn't there someone else too? It's I thought there was a name.
There's a few people that on the indies and like that could be brought over.
Is there even someone in NXT that's like in like technically related other than Ava?
I mean, who isn't related at this point?
Yeah,
could be
big family.
So
I think I mean, well, they don't have to, but like they haven't even teased it or whatever. But like Ava. Is that how you say her name?
Yeah,
in NXT?
yeah.
It would make sense for her to eventually get involved.
That's the Rock's daughter, so like having her,
have her on the Rock side or something. Like that. Is she injured or something, or she just plays a manager role?
She's just a manager. She did wrestle. She was in that group with Joe Gacy.
Right. Yeah.
And then it disbanded, and I think they just put her in a manager position. I don't know if she'll ever wrestle again, but. Yeah.
No, you don't think so?
I don't know if she was like, the wrestling thing isn't for me. I'd rather be like just like an authority figure. I don't know. She did train though, so
they need Joe for that Wyatt 6 stuff coming up.
Dude. I mean, if you want to segue into that.
Please, go ahead.
the latest like QR codes and everything like that. I think June 17th is that was the latest thing, right? That is the day that seems like all signs are pointing to that, which is the day after Clash of the Castle.
Is that Monday?
It is a Monday, the Monday after Clash of the Castle. There has been all these like the pictures that they had last night. It's like as each thing goes on, it's more and more like it's more looking like Uncle Howdy. It's more sounding like Uncle Howdy. Like this was the last thing they posted. You can see like the top hat and the jacket a little bit.
Yeah, they're slowly making it more and more
they're
obvious.
revealing it more to be. And then they posted the coordinates, which is Corpus Christi, which is where Raw is in a few weeks.
I saw the video after on like Twitter or whatever, but I guess on Raw Talk, before Raw Talk, they had something and a bunch of words came up. And I like one of the phrases where that came up was like, you question my timing, or something like that, and I loved it.
They're playing into it of how it's taken them a little bit.
And I even think it's like I think it's a comment on the first Uncle Howdy stuff when like Uncle Howdy like years ago when Bray was still with us when they were first doing it, and that got a lot of criticism how slow we're doing it.
Yep.
And I'm sure you're seeing some of it too, where I'm starting to see at this point
people are turning on it because it's taken so long.
I wouldn't even say I guess turning is a word for it.
Maybe.
Impatience is a better word for it. Where people are like starting to be all right. If we don't get something by Money in the Bank, I'm done. I'm off or whatever. Right.
And
I like that it was a little self-aware and a little like jab at that of like you question us taking our time. We're going to keep taking our time and you're going to see it pay off, which I really respect.
And that's the thing for me. It's like, if the payoff is big, which again, I've said this before, the fact that they're doing this, they didn't have to do this. This is like something that they're doing in honor of Bray. They want to keep the legacy going and stuff. They're going to do it right. Like, I have full confidence in WWE and Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy that this will pay off and that this will all make sense. It'll all come together and the wait will be worth it. So that's why I'm like, would I like them to like, would I have loved it if they showed up on Monday Night Raw? Because the first teaser was like, see you tonight. And it was like a picture of Raw Talk. At first, people were like, wait, they might be debuting tonight or something like that.
Uncle Howdy's going to sit down on the talk show and be like, hey, everyone.
Yeah, so this is my group and stuff like that. But like, they're getting closer to it. You can tell like they're June 17th, they had it in Roman numerals. Now they have the coordinates and stuff. So like, we know it's coming. We know that it's the payout. It'll happen sooner than later. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do with these forgotten characters, these forgotten wrestlers that haven't been on TV in a while.
Let's see, June 15th. So that's okay. So next
a week and a half.
Yeah. So next podcast episode will be predictions.
Yes, it will be.
And then that following Monday. Okay, June. Okay. Oh, Saturday pay-per-view again.
Yeah, I think it's at like 12 or something like that. It's early.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Fast. I'm excited. For Uncle Howdy.
I don't think we're seeing. I mean, I'm sure we'll see glitches and a QR code at Clash of the Castle, but like judging by all that coordinate stuff, I'm curious what we'll get.
I feel like the last QR code is gonna be like they'll show at least like his face for like a second at the end or something like that. Because like I said, each thing that happens, they're revealing it more and more and more to be Uncle Howdy, which. Worst kept secret. We know it's Uncle Howdy at this point.
Fun, though.
But I think the last QR code is going to be like either they'll say the name Uncle Howdy or they'll show his like face really quickly and then cut to black. That's what I think. But
I'm curious what the Raw is going to look like. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe like we get a Wyatt 6 member.
They should have them all. Yeah. We kind of talked about that.
They could do all at once,
right?
Or what if like week by week they start with one and then it's 2 and then like it grows and eventually you get the 6th member being Uncle Howdy.
Right.
You know?
It's alluding to like we are coming, like we think. So that makes me think it's going to be all at one, which I think to the people that are being impatient with it, I think you kind of want to like, all right, we're revealing who is a part of this and all that stuff right away. I'm just more interested in like what the first storyline is going to be. Cause I feel like it's gotta be a big thing. Whoever that may be.
I don't necessarily think it should be a world title story.
No, I think that's kind of where they went wrong with when the Fiend came around and they threw him to the Universal picture right away, and then it was just like a mess because it's like he can't lose, but he's the champ, and it just turned into this thing. I think Uncle Howdy is going to be a character that doesn't need a championship down the line, depending on the story.
And we haven't
you can do that, but
we haven't seen Bo in a long time.
No,
so
we haven't. He never had a match as Uncle Howdy when he came back last year.
The only thing he did was what, the elbow drop?
He just did
whatever
a few
the fuck
moves,
that was,
and that was it.
Backlash.
Or was that Royal Rumble? When he, I don't know.
Maybe,
whenever it was.
I think I was thinking of the LA Knight match.
Yes.
Was that Rumble?
Yeah, that was Rumble. Then when they did the Pitch Black match.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that was
Rumble.
The
okay,
Rumble.
that was Rumble.
But yeah, no. Besides doing like a few moves here and there, never had a match.
Yeah.
So it's like, you gotta start somewhere. So, but I'm excited.
If he's, and this is very not even just like Uncle Howdy talk. This is like basis of like, if Bo Dallas is the leader and the main wrestler, and he's Uncle Howdy, who knows? Uncle Howdy could even just be a character that never wrestles. We have no idea.
Manager for the Wyatt 6, 100%.
But if he ends up being the guy, I'm curious from a wrestling perspective how Bo Dallas is looking these days.
Sure.
And I'm kind of meaning like, I haven't seen him in a long time. I'm sure he's been hitting the gym. I'm sure he's been taking this time to like train and keep himself up and whatever. And so with that to say is I'm excited to see what a 2024 Bo Dallas with this character looks like in the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. No, I think it's exciting. I love these creepy characters. And I mean the Fiend, genuinely the Fiend was one of my favorite characters since I've been watching wrestling.
Fiend's great,
the
man.
The Firefly Funhouse dude, like I love that shit. I thought it was so well done, so creative.
I wish the latter half was a little more positive and had a better run.
I
like
agree.
Strictly as a character, like one of the most fun. We haven't had something like that. You could argue since like early Undertaker, creepy. It's even like Boogeyman-esque with like
for sure.
You haven't had that in a while.
Unfortunately, Vince McMahon fucking drove that character into the dirt. But yeah, get a second chance here with Uncle Howdy.
Speaking of second chances, Andrade is looking good over on SmackDown. He beats Apollo Crews.
Shout out Apollo Crews.
Shout out Apollo Crews.
Getting some TV time.
What I did think was funny is he was already in the ring and they like cut to the camera and he was like, time to get this dub or like something like that. And then Andrade's music hits and you're like, oh man.
Shit, he's not getting the win.
I love that Andrade's back. I'm such a big fan of Andrade. I hope it seems like we're on the right track with him.
I know you deleted Twitter and stuff like that off your phone. So
I'm out of the loop a little bit.
Out of the loop a little bit.
My mental health has been better than it has in a long time. I'll be honest with you.
Props to you. Props to you. I can't stay off of it. Maybe one day I'll take a little break, but
see, my rule is I still have it on desktop, so we need it for work, obviously. Still,
sure.
I'll check what's going on.
Yeah, you're on it right now.
Exactly, but I just don't have the app on my phone, so I'm not.
No, I'm with you. Apparently, Andrade was posting stuff. He posted some pictures of him like when he was in AEW. Oh, when he's in CMLL and stuff, because it was like a lot of Forbidden Door stuff and just kind of talk. I don't know what I think. He didn't really allude to anything in the tweet. It was just kind of like him.
Wow, Jim.
He's a big boy.
It's from a year ago, but still, holy shit,
he is jacked.
Good. He's on speed. He's on WWE
so they're
speed.
taking
Awesome.
care of him. But yeah, people are kind of saying like he seems like he's upset that he's not getting used the way he thinks he should. And then people are starting
already. He just came back.
That's the tweet.
The real Latino man, AEW CMLL AAA.
Yeah. So like against all these big time wrestlers and stuff, and people were like, oh, he's tweeting about how he was fighting all these great wrestlers and now he's not doing anything, blah blah blah, which I don't know if that's what he was alluding to.
I don't think so.
Posting pictures of like, because
I think it's
CMLL was in AEW and stuff, and he was just kind of whatever. But I mean, there's so much talent in WWE and stuff, and there's so much talent in AEW. to the point where he wasn't getting used in AEW, which is probably why he's back in WWE, where it's like, and he just came back. It takes time.
Not everything can be a championship storyline.
No, and I'm sure he'll have his opportunities and he'll be in big stories and all that stuff. But like, I think people are kind of jumping the gun of like, he's unhappy being back. He's been back like 4 months at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, give it time. I'm sure he's understanding and stuff like that. And he just had a singles match and he won.
Yeah.
So,
and also, I mean, he is in a story where this whole Legado del Fantasma, they're kind of trying to recruit him. Carlito, was Carlito, right? Helped him.
Yeah, Carlito's doing a lot of stuff right now.
He's also trying to get in the Judgment Day
and stuff like that. He's just trying to find his.
Or I'm sorry, I don't think it was Carlito that helped him. I think it was one of the members of Legado del Fantasma,
something like that. Angel Garza.
It was it was Angel Garza.
Yeah?
Sorry, I got my shit mixed up here. Angel Garza helped him out to get the win, and he kind of just brushed past Santos. In a little bit of like a, I don't know, he was thinking about it a little bit, but ultimately kind of brushed past him. And Santos was kind of like, what the hell? We helped you. What the hell?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm interested to see where this goes. I'm interested to see where Legado del Fantasma goes now that the LWO stuff is kind of over.
I would like to see, I don't know. I want to see Andrade, I want to see him be on his own, but he's cool when he's like the leader of like a group and stuff like that too. He was great with Zelina, and she's in the LWO. So like, I kind of want to see them back together.
I don't think I'd want him in Legado because like Santos is kind of the leader,
right?
He would just kind of be just like in the background. What I'm hoping this lead, which it seems like it is, Andrade versus Santos.
Yeah, I think that's
gonna go
crazy. That would be a great match. I mean, Andrade it can go down a few different directions. If they want to keep him as a face, he can go LWO. Keep him as a heel. Maybe they kick out Santos and he takes over. I don't know. There's a few different options.
We can go over to Liv Morgan.
Yeah,
still flirting up a storm. One
tried kissing Dom again. Tried feeling him up at the beginning of Raw.
Yeah, just like just the hand and the just I mean, hey. Stronger man than I'll tell you that.
Finn Balor being a cock coming down to the ring and stepping in between there. He's
and then
like,
Dom,
"What are you doing?
Dom just like,
stop it."
He's like, "Hey, I don't know.
I'm not touching. I'm not doing anything.
She's touching me."
Love triangle still going strong.
This is cool. I don't know what the general consensus is on this like story or whatever, but like I think it's interesting. It's a lot of, it obviously is like the Rhea involvement and the, I'm trying to take Dom from Rhea. And
it's like I want to take everything from the Judgment Day and like one of them, everything from Rhea, taking Dom from her. I saw this tweet and it's very interesting. I don't think there's anything like any weight to it or anything like that. But so when the Judgment Day initially started, like when it was Edge, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, whatever, before Finn Balor came in and like really took over for Edge, whatever. It was AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Liv Morgan that were feuding with them. And they were talking about Finn and Liv, like, we're going to do everything possible to like ruin the Judgment Day. So now people like, Finn's been in the Judgment Day for 2 years, like trying to like break it up from the inside, and Liv Morgan's now getting involved, whatever. So it was like 2 years later, like long-term storytelling.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're really that deep into it. I don't know if they're really like they've been telling this story for 2 years, but I did think it was interesting how they're alluding back to that from the very beginning of the Judgment Day.
Let's see. That led to Sheamus Ludwig. Okay. Yeah, it's cool. I'm glad. I also just like every week I become more and more fan of Dom, and especially like with his. We talk about a lot how he's getting or has improved in the ring, but also like his character work and his
it's great,
like,
dude.
The acting and like the I think he's very solid, and he's also surrounded by like being surrounded by Liv, Rhea, Finn, Damian. It's like,
I think I'm so happy that he like stepped out of his father's shadow.
Found his own.
Like, he's got the Mysterio name, but it's not like he's tied to Rey. Like he's doing his own thing. He's killing it. And he just keeps getting better and better every week.
We had, I don't know, what do you want to go to next? We got Kaiser Sheamus.
He had a big win for Kaiser.
Yeah. Huge.
Big win for Kaiser.
Huge.
Definitely maybe a little unexpected seeing Sheamus lose a match like that. But huge win for Kaiser. He's not really a guy that would get a lot of singles action and stuff like that. I mean, I think he's great, and he's supposed to be like the hitman for Gunther, for King Gunther. So he's got to get some wins. He's got to be taken seriously. And
I mean, sign me up for just straight up another Gunther Sheamus match.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll do that again. They've had 3 matches. Sheamus lost all 3 of them.
I want 5 more. Yeah, and he shouldn't win. Yeah, he shouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like I don't know if they'll go back to that or not. I mean, they could have a million matches, and I think each one will be just as good as the first one. But yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I don't have much to say on that.
Yeah,
match.
me neither. It's a cool win for Ludwig though.
We can go over to Chad Gable.
Dude, his contract is up this Friday apparently.
Oh, is that? There's a couple contracts.
There's a few coming up.
Becky's coming up.
Becky's is done.
It's done
already.
At this point.
Whatever.
There was someone else. Ricochet.
Ricochet is another one. Yeah.
Which he should leave. Ricochet should leave. Well, I don't know.
I don't want him to leave, but I can. But I mean,
I saw an argument though that he's had. I don't know.
He's getting pushed more this year in the last few months than he has before.
He's had the argument I see is he's had a better career than a lot of people. He has held a couple championships.
Right.
They've been the mid card titles, but still he's held the titles.
He's the speed champion. Come on.
He is the speed champion. There's no speed championship in AEW.
No.
I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked either way. It depends on what he wants to do. Obviously. I could see him wanting to go to AEW if he's like, oh, I want to try to be more on top and whatever,
sure.
and have more bangers. But it's not like he's treated poorly in WWE. He just has kind of had a boring career,
right?
But in terms of if you're just looking at it a guy who's working a job, he's on TV. He's in matches. He's had titles.
Stuff.
Yeah, so
they do all these promotional things like posters. He's on all one of the faces of Raw. I think that. It's conflicting for me because I think he'd be awesome in AEW. Think of all the fucking amazing matches he would have, all the different guys he could wrestle and just put on bangers with. But I also fear, and it's kind of the same in WWE, where he could get lost in the shuffle. Where it's just I don't know if he can break through and become a world champion. Maybe he could compete for the TNT championship and a few of the other championships, but I don't know if he would do better in AEW. I don't know if he would be better off in AEW compared to WWE because he is on TV every week.
I think he'd have better matches.
But even then, even the last few months and stuff, him and Ilya,
it's been great. That's true.
Let him do his thing, and I think if they just give him even 15 minutes and just be go do your thing, that's all the guy needs.
Even which I want to transition to him and Bron, even though he did get his ass fucking kicked. It was a fun match.
It was a fun match.
Yeah.
It was, you could tell this is a match to set up Bron Breakker to he's going to job to him. But for a job, I mean, he looked great still, and he's I think the best seller in WWE right now, probably.
The fucking Frankensteiner Braun runs up to the turnbuckle.
He does a little
taunt, and then fucking he's unreal. And Ricochet's the perfect, in the most complimentary way possible, the perfect rag doll. Because he can sell his ass off and just get tossed around.
And he reminds me a lot of he's playing that Dolph Ziggler role where it's Dolph would be the first guy you feed to a new guy. Hey, your job is to make him look great. You don't have to look bad, but we need you to make him look great. I mean,
there's the Frankenstein.
Look at Bron Breakker, bro.
Whoop, boom. But then Ricochet
just sells it, and it goes right into a spear. Best spear in the business, baby. I swear.
God, it's so scary how fired up he gets. Whoop, boom.
Dude, he just killed.
Oh, Ricochet.
Roadkill.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm curious what Ricochet. I think it'll be telling what happens with what Ricochet wants. If he signs with WWE, then it's I'm pretty content here. They do treat him well. If he goes to AEW, then maybe it's I want to wrestle. I want I want to have some crazy matches and whatever.
And another big part of it too is who's offering the most money.
It's also honestly really true.
I don't want to bring I don't want to bring the business into it, but
That's
it is a big
yeah.
part of it. I mean, Samantha's in WWE and stuff.
That might even be the whole.
That's
you're right.
another thing too.
You're right. I didn't even think of that.
Obviously there are couples that are in both companies and they make it work, whatever. But like, that could be a factor in him wanting to stay too.
Wait, you saying that like really honestly puts me fully like, oh, he's re-signed.
Hey, to some people, that's like that could be literally the deciding factor. Everyone's different when it comes to that stuff. So, but yeah, that's something to keep your eye on. See what they do with him.
Bron though, what's next for Bron?
Man, I love that motherfucker.
He's great.
I think he is. You don't need to throw him into like any championship picture yet. I think you kind of keep building him up.
Oh yeah, I like the frustration that started with like, you didn't put me in King of the Ring. You're just giving me jobbers. And now, okay, we'll give you a Ricochet. And then, okay, next week, we'll give you Ilya.
Whoa.
They're doing Ilya Bron on Raw next week. That's going to be crazy.
I hope that finishes as like a double count out, double disqualification thing. Like, I want there to be a brawl.
That's what sucks is like, Braun's clearly the guy. They're pushing. They're getting the squash matches.
Ilya's not too far. He's a guy too.
Absolutely. But in terms of like, who they're currently pushing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know, because I love Ilya. I think Ilya's great. I would be shocked if he gets pinned by Bron.
This is definitely a match they set up for Bron.
Because I'm just thinking back to the Ilya Gunther match.
Yeah, and I'm with you.
You know,
I think, and I think. This is one of those matches where it's like neither of those guys should lose. Like they're not. I think both these guys are in a position where they should win. Like, because I don't want Ilya to get another loss. I don't want Bron to lose.
Right.
That's why I'm hoping that just turns into a fucking slugfest and it just ends in a no contest.
That'd be cool. That'd be a cool way to do it. I think that would be
revisit
it down the line.
Exactly. But yeah, man. I mean, Bron's only been on the main roster for at this point a few weeks. I mean, I was sold in NXT. I'm sold on the main roster. I think this guy has such a bright future.
They're presenting him really well.
They're presenting him so well. I still wish they would let him go by the name Braun Steiner, go by the family name. But hey, Braun Breaker's still a badass. So
yeah, I never thought Braun Breaker was bad, but yes, Braun Steiner has a little
history,
a little
to
flash
it,
to it too. Yeah,
but yeah, man, hyped for that match. That's gonna be a sick match.
All right, yeah. We'll circle back to Chad Gable, Alpha Academy. Had another segment with Alpha Academy, and he's giving everyone the business. Sami Zayn comes back out. Chad Gable's got him in an ankle lock and blah blah blah. And long story short, Mastermind Chad Gable here basically forced Sami Zayn to give him a title shot.
Yep.
He ordered before that he did order Otis to take him out. He refused. Got in his face was Zayn recovered with Gable. Oh, okay, right. Sorry, I had to get reminded. Monday was a long time away. So anyway, Otis, Chad's like, attack him, blah blah blah. Otis is like, no, I don't want to. Maxine and Tozawa are on the ringside.
Yep.
Otis's back is turned. Chad shoves Sammy
into it.
Sammy hits Otis. Otis ends up taking out Maxine and Tozawa. He's
like,
pissed.
Look what Sammy did.
Chad did that. So Otis was like, fuck you, slam Sammy. That
turn is coming, man. So they'll have that match at Clash of the Castle. That's where I'm thinking Otis is going to turn on Chad. Here's my thing, though. Chad, this is like his 5th time challenging for the IC title, and he's probably going to lose for a 5th time. How many more shots is this guy going to get before he wins it? Like, I really wish.
I could see, but I don't. I mean, I could see him win this one.
He could. I'm more convinced he could win this one than the last one, the triple threat one. Perhaps
that's fair, yeah.
But I still don't think. Like, I really don't think he's gonna win. I think this isn't what's going on in my head.
Okay.
Clash of the Castle comes. Otis turns on Chad or walks away from Chad. Whatever. Chad loses. Chad gets pissed. He's like, fuck you guys. I don't need you. I got the Creed brothers. That's when they start
I keep forgetting about the Creed brothers stuff.
Because that's going to happen eventually. Yeah. That's when I think that's when the full heel turn is going to it's all going to come together. And that's when I see him beating Sami Zayn. Maybe like a one last chance thing. Hey, maybe you play into the contract. If I lose, I'm out of WWE. I'll never challenge for the belt again. That's when you can have him win it. It's just, I don't know, man. He keeps getting opportunities.
I like him. I like the idea of him with the Creed brothers better, especially with the title. But I also don't dislike the idea of him with this, like, leading and abusing the Alpha Academy and having the title. You know, because then let's say he wins the title, then he can be like, see, my teachings work.
Sure.
I have a title, and now he's even a bigger dick because he can be the world champion. And then I think you
power hungry maybe a little bit too.
And then maybe while he gets the title, then it's even like you know what, I need a crew more fitting for a champ. Creed brothers. Right. And then either they're a big faction for a while and eventually they split, or it's like a, I don't need you guys anymore. Maybe he brings them
in and stuff
they
like
could be
that.
They could fully be a part, and then like maybe like they're a part of the Alpha Academy. And then he starts to favorite them because they're
more of a liking towards them.
they're the star students. Still thinking of it in like the school thing, like they're the star students.
Like that thought.
You know?
I like that thought process.
And then Chad and Tozawa and everyone else is still kind of failing and like, yeah, these are my star pupils.
You know, that's not a bad. That's not a bad.
Just thought of it
process. Now. Good. Honestly, I would have thought that you've been thinking about that for a while. The other unfortunate thing too is like Sami Zayn. It would have been great if he had a long title run. You know what I mean? Yeah. It would have been nice, but like Chad Gable, it's inevitable that he's going to win the IC title eventually. I think he'll have a fantastic reign as IC champion.
Sammy with the title just seems like he's great. He can carry the title, but him beating Gunther at 40 was a crazy moment.
Yep.
But
he doesn't need to have a reign like Gunther.
He doesn't need to have a reign. He doesn't even like need the IC title now. He just kind of has it, and it's like cool that he has it.
Right.
And I think his reign has been solid for sure since 40. But like, I don't know. I think everyone's just kind of looking for Chad. I don't know. Because you're right. Like, if Chad loses this one, how can they justify another match?
Exactly.
You know,
like I said, you could pull
I'm surprised they pulled this one out. You know, like the way they did it, it made sense to kind of force Sammy into it. How many more of these do you got to? You know what I mean?
Eventually, I mean, I'm shocked that the fans haven't really like turned on it at this point. Like
I think I wouldn't be shocked if after this match Chad loses, then it's like kind of we don't care anymore.
Again, bro. Yeah, exactly. Like how many? Like, I don't know. You got to make him believable. If he keeps losing, how are you going to do that? You know?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, either way, I think something huge is going to happen at Clash. Whether that's like you were saying, Otis turn, Creed brothers introduction, Chad win. I don't know.
Yeah. No. Hey, maybe Creed brothers show up at Clash of the Castle and help him win, and then that's their introduction to the Alpha Academy.
The only other match so far announced, other than obviously Damian versus Drew, Bayley versus Piper Niven, official for the Women's Championship.
Yeah, that should be a cool match.
That'd be cool. I don't see Bayley losing.
No.
We're gonna do predictions next episode, but as of now, little spoiler, I don't see Bayley losing. I think this will be cool. I feel like we haven't seen
giving Piper that match in front of that international crowd and stuff like that. I think she's from Scotland. I could be completely wrong. I think that's a big reason why she's getting the match. Tell me where she's from. United Kingdom.
From the UK.
Okay, so she's from the UK, as we found out last.
Damn, they're gonna have her. Are they gonna have? Oh, they're gonna be on her side. I mean, she's not gonna win. I'll be shocked if she beats.
I don't think she'll win. It's been a like they just put this together and stuff like that. Like she fought Chelsea Green a few weeks ago, so like you know, they've had something going. But yeah, no, I don't. I don't believe they're losing.
Just because it popped up, NXT Battleground.
Oh yeah, so
is that happening? Are they having it?
That's this Sunday.
But are they having it in the cage?
Like, I think it's at the UFC. Like
I know it's at the UFC thing, but like they did a promo and they showed the fucking UFC ring.
So 7 minutes ago, Fightful Select has learned that the UFC Octagon was pitched for use at NXT Battleground, but it is unlikely due to logistical reasons.
Fuck off. Oh
Come
my God.
on.
7 minutes ago. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is
Breaking
crazy.
news.
Yeah, because I was looking up NXT
I
stuff.
would have loved if they had the whole thing in the Octagon with the cage. I would have loved
cool.
that. Fuck.
That would have been cool.
That's disappointing.
We slipped up on Patreon last week talking about when Jordan Grace was going to be wrestling, and we said Heat Wave or something like that, which is in July or whatever it is.
Oh.
Yeah, no, we skipped. It's Battleground. So I think Heat Wave still is a thing potentially. But it's not. Battleground's the first one coming up.
Battleground.
Yeah, skipped over it.
Is that the Saturday? That's June 9th.
Yeah,
that's this. Oh, you said that's this
Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Ethan Page versus Trick Williams got announced last
Hell
night.
yeah.
Ethan Page is officially signed now.
That's cool.
Roxanne versus Jordan Grace, Shayna Baszler, Lola Vice. I think that's going to be like I forget. I don't know what they're terming it. What are they?
NXT Underground
match. Yeah.
So it's just going to be like
UFC style, like MMA style fight, I believe.
Obafemi, Wesley, Joe Coffey.
That match is going to be a fucking banger of a match for the NXT North American belt.
Ladder match for the NXT Women's North American Championship.
That'll be a good one too. A lot of cool.
Love that Meechin's in this. Love that Meechin's.
Yeah, they got the vet in there.
That's it.
They got all young guns, and then Meechin. So yeah, it's shaping up to be a really cool card. NXT's hot right now, bro. I mean, it's been hot for a while, but like viewership wise, it's fucking.
I'm paying as the weeks go by, I'm paying more and more attention because I realize like this happened to me with like NXT Black and Gold, where I just didn't watch it because it was just like another wrestling show, and I just didn't, so, but I see, especially with like the growing of like what came out of it being Carmelo Hayes, Ilya, Tiffany, Bron. It's like now I'm definitely paying more attention. And I love that. I don't want to miss the Trick reign,
Yeah, 100%. No, it's been the NXT's been really good the last few weeks, and this week's episode was really good too. Jordan Grace had a match and all that stuff, and
I saw.
Yeah, man, she had NXTNA.
Also, it's for title versus title.
Is it title versus title?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Let's double check, but I think so.
Double check it.
What is it? What is this? This is like totally something. This is Hollywood Reporter. Tiffany Stratton has signed with Paradigm for representation in brand partnerships, acting, booking, blah, blah. Paradigm is betting that her stock will only rise.
Yeah, she said that she wants to be in like acting and stuff.
We haven't seen her on TV in a little bit. Where's she been?
Yeah, she had the match with the Queen of the Ring stuff, but I don't think since then she's been on there. On Wikipedia, it says it's just for the NXT Women's Championship, but
I thought I saw a graphic.
I'd imagine that they will have a match at some point for the NXT Women's Championship. I would imagine that might be part of the deal. Forbidden Door, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné versus the New Japan Strong Women's Champion. I'm not getting her name right now. That's title for title.
Yes.
So that'll be.
So I saw that. So the reason I brought it up is I saw a tweet of someone being like, "Why are these a thing all of a sudden?" And because it was Cody Logan. Well, guys, Cody Logan wasn't title versus title. Maybe the tweet was more like champion versus champion.
Sure.
And it's not title versus title. Maybe that's what it was.
No, I don't know because I didn't hear anything about being it for the NXT and TNA belts being on the line. Again, I would imagine that at some point, maybe in TNA, they'll do it for the TNA championship. Also, heavy rumors going around that WWE is just at this point going to buy a TNA. And they're just going to...
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, dude, like...
Fuck it.
At this point, they definitely got the money for it. If you're going to be doing all these crossovers and shit like that, like... I'm sure TNA, their value isn't the highest. And it would be in good hands if they got a hold of it, so...
What do you mean? They're doing Matt Hardy versus Moose or whatever. That happened yet? I don't think so.
No, I think that's their next pay-per-view.
Damn, I can't even find the... I don't know why I can't find the card. Wow, Ghoul Roxanne Perez. A lot of
people are
a lot
really
of thirsty
obsessed.
tweets here.
Wow.
A lot of thirsty tweets.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anywho.
But
right.
I think it's just for the NXT
That's
belt,
interesting.
which makes things... Which, I wonder who's going to...
wonder where I saw that. I could have sworn, but I'm not going to harp on it. But weird. Interesting.
It'll be a great match though.
But also,
crazy, dude. Roxanne's
that's kind of what, because when I saw it, I was like, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Right,
Over his title. I
right.
guess that makes. I don't know where I saw that. That doesn't make sense.
Dude, crazy how much trust they put in Roxanne. She's 22 years old and shit like that.
That's
and
crazy.
She's just fucking being fed these big matches and stuff like that. She's awesome.
What is this?
The new
WWE today
hockey
announced.
championship. That
Oh,
they
they're
give,
doing
like,
NHL
whoever
stuff.
wins
Oh,
the Stanley
funny.
Cup. Yeah, it doesn't. It's
Whatever.
not meant to look good out. I don't think it's meant to be the prettiest title in the world.
Drew McIntyre's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Drew McIntyre.
I feel like now I'm just like saying stuff I'm seeing. Okay, we have like other stuff to go over. But now at this point, I'm just like, I don't know why I'm just like looking at stuff. Blah blah blah. Okay, we talked about NXT. Da, da, da. Let's go over to real quick. We don't got to talk. Not much to say about it, but Kiana James.
Made her
I like
debut.
Kiana James. I like
her.
that debut. I think she's sick.
Like her. I think she was solid in NXT. I think it's just another good addition, great addition to the women's division. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shayna Zoe, Bianca and Jade beat Shayna and Zoe. Blah blah blah. They still look great. Blah blah blah.
New Day's Author of Pain, man. It's they get no reaction every single week.
Authors of Pain.
Yeah, man,
yeah. I mean,
crazy.
no one's ever gonna make me care about them. No one's ever gonna make me care.
It's a shame. Damian and Ray.
Yeah. All right. I guess that. Damn. We're at the. All right. That's fine. Damian Ray. Also, I mean, AEW was last night too. Yeah. MJF. I don't really have much to say about Damian Ray. Was fun. I love watching Ray wrestle.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, he's a great guy to sell for Damian.
Yeah.
Like taking that choke slam at the end, whatever he calls his move. A good thing it's
South of Heaven. What are you
South
saying?
of Heaven.
Oh.
Yeah. Sold the shit out of that. Looks great. Drew came out at the end. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
That's why I don't have much to say about it.
We're just getting ready for Clash.
It was a good match. It was a great match. I mean, Ray is. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but Ray at his age going this crazy is still unbelievable.
Big time.
But yeah, Damian's gonna go over the Drew interaction at the end. Clash of the Castle. See ya. Not the go home show, but you know.
Yeah, they're inching closer to it.
I do want to talk about MJF's back.
MJF is back. And he's got a leather jacket.
I know, changed up the jacket.
No more.
I like the leather jacket.
I like.
I didn't love the denim. I like the leather.
Because the jacket has like a little bit of like similar style to the scarf and stuff, but it's more badass.
Yeah, he still has the plaid.
You can tell this is a new era, MJF era. You know what I mean?
He was, saying all kinds of stuff about how since I've been gone, people are claiming they're the best. He goes after Okada, Swerve, Will
Ospreay. Yeah.
he goes,
says, bruv.
He goes, who's got a funny accent, bruv? This was interesting because I think for a while we were getting used to the real breaking the fourth wall, cutthroat MJF promos. And every single promo he had to mention, not for a good or bad thing, but it would get that pop of he mentioned WWE, which granted on his return thing he did mention Vince, but especially during like the CM Punk era, a lot of his promos, I thought they were amazing, but a lot of them were just like really intense. A lot of it was breaking the fourth wall. A lot of it was based in reality, or like wanted you to believe it was based in reality. But this was like just a wrestling kayfabe promo. It was just about the wrestlers working for the company. It was about AEW. It was focused, which I think some people would argue, it wasn't as fiery or cutthroat or whatever. But it was like, this is the solid MGF promo we expect and need week to week.
Not every single promo is going to be a pipe bomb or anything like
exactly.
that. It doesn't need to be a pipe
That's what
bomb.
I'm saying.
And it's like, MJF is back. You got to give it some time to he's going to have his first feud with Rush, which I think is going to be sick. I mean, that's interesting, but love that it's his first opponent back because Rush is getting some TV time.
Roosh.
Excuse me. Roosh.
You would think it's spelled.
You'd think it's spelled the way it sounds, the way it's spelled. Roosh. Excuse me. I'm going to get murdered for that in the comments. But I think that's a solid first feud for him. Roosh gets TV time. Great wrestler. MJF is gonna, Roosh gets his shine. MJF is probably, I would imagine, would go over and stuff like that. So, and also he said something. He said, I will wrestle at Forbidden Door against some random guy from Mexico, Japan.
Yeah, that was great.
It's just a little, that's still MJF is,
Yep.
that's alluding back to his heel funny shit. So
he said, what did he say? You think you're the best? Well, and he goes down a list of people, even naming like Cody.
Yeah, name drop Cody.
Cody, Kenny, name drops all these people and goes, you know what they have in common? I beat them all.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
They needed him. Like, I don't think AEW was going downhill necessarily. Like, they definitely had a little rough patch, but like, he is so needed.
It's like they were
He's
missing
so
something.
welcome back.
They're missing that one piece, and that one piece is MJF.
And I love his like shilling, or he was even just like at the beginning, he was like the new merch and like all this stuff. He's like, enough shilling. Da-da-da.
The new T-shirt is a lot better than just the plain.
I like the T-shirt. Yeah, the T-shirt.
Wolf of Wrestling. It's like the actual wolf with the Burberry and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Definitely cooler than just Wolf of Wrestling.
He goes, I became the most hated man to walk on this planet, only to become the most beloved. And that don't happen by accident, love. Actually, he said babe. I don't know why this says love. He said babe. That don't happen by accident, babe.
I love it.
What I loved, oh my God. Orange Cassidy versus Kyle O'Reilly versus Rey Fenix versus Jay Lethal. God, I fucking love Rey Fenix.
That was a number one contenders match. What, right?
It was.
For the international belt?
And, I
think Rey.
Yeah, I think next week we're getting Rey versus Will Ospreay.
Yes, that's
what are you fucking crazy?
That's gonna be a crazy match.
I love Rey Fenix. I thought this was fun. Orange Cassidy looked fucking unbelievable. And Kyle O'Reilly looked like I don't know. I'm not a big Kyle O'Reilly guy. I'm not really a big Jay Lethal guy.
He just had a match against Will Ospreay on like Collision or something like that for the belt, I believe.
Yeah, I don't love that Will Ospreay's on Collision. I know it's not supposed to be the secondary, but like Dynamite's the show.
No matter how you look at it, it always feels like the second show.
I can't remember the last time I watched Collision. I really can't.
Me neither.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm just Saturday.
It's also just it's a tough time. Like every Saturday night, it's if they even move it to like Sunday night. It's a more likely viewing thing. A Saturday night is just tough for a weekly wrestling show.
I'm not around.
Even if I like was around, even it's just like a tough spot on TV. Like Saturday night, like
what is that, like 8:00?
Whatever it is. Yeah, that's like a prime time. So it's like, yeah, it's tough.
Oh no, is it? No, yeah, it is 8 to 10. Yeah.
Or whatever. Even if it's like 9 to 10, whatever it is, I'm really not sure. Yeah, so I'm excited for Rey and Will. It's gonna be fucking crazy. And Trent Beretta came down because of the Orange Cassidy stuff. Chris Statlander turned on Orange Cassidy. Willow Nightingale comes down to save him. Blah blah blah.
Mixed tag team match action in the future.
That'd be sick. That'd be really cool. I'd love that. Yeah, I didn't really think of that. That might be what they're leading to.
Tony Khan mentioned introducing mixed tag team championships at some point.
Did he?
I think it was when they. Yeah, was it at the press conference after Double or Nothing? Or it was at he did some interview. It may have been at the Scrum after Double or Nothing, but he talked about the idea of bringing that in, which they have so many belts already.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I saw a tweet that was talking about like the early days of AEW, and I think it was even looking at, I think it was Moxley and Jericho for the title. Mm-hmm. And I think there was MJF involvement, or maybe I'm getting stuff confused, but either way, it was just kind of reminiscing in almost a nostalgia way, like the early AEW days, where like it was basically their only belt, and how like it being their only belt made it like the most prestigious belt in wrestling, which I don't disagree with.
Right?
Because like
everyone's still think it's over the one belt.
Yeah, I still think it's a big deal. I still think it's a really important belt.
But now it's like,
but it doesn't. Yeah,
you do have the one world title, but then you have 3 mid-card titles. You have all the tag team titles. It's like, then you have the Ring of Honor stuff.
I like that they've lessened that. They've lessened the Ring of Honor stuff. I like that they've,
And then sometimes you have the New Japan. John Moxley, the New Japan.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
It's just, I don't know. It kind of waters down the value of these belts. It really is dependent on who's holding it and what they do with. Like, I think Okada's a great Continental champion. Yeah. Will Ospreay, obviously, great international champ. Whoever the TNT champ is, like
Jericho.
No, that's
I'm sorry, FTW.
Whoever
You're right.
wins the TNT championship, which I'm in the camp. I think Jack Perry probably will be the guy to win it. I think he'll.
Right, because they had to relinquish it. Edge is hurt. Yeah,
it really depends on who's holding it, but there's just, I don't know. A lot of these belts just get lost in the shuffle. It gets confusing too.
Yeah, I do miss the days where it was the like I do remember like in 2019, 2020, where it was like their only belt, and it felt fucking important,
big time.
Dude. It felt crazy.
And I don't know how much time left we have here.
Tiny bit.
There's some rumors going around. WWE is going to be introducing mid-card titles for the women.
Yeah, but we've been talking about that for a while.
Now it's like catching.
That's an actual rumor.
Catching steam. Apparently.
Yeah. Well, but what I mean is like I'm pro it.
Oh, 100%.
We've talked about.
I mean, them introducing it now in NXT. I feel like it's kind of...
That's the biggest hint is the women's North American title. That's the biggest...
The thing is, too, it's like, I mean, NXT,
it feels like the test, you know?
For sure.
It feels like.
Because they have there's just so many talented female wrestlers on all... Like, now it's like you called up a bunch to the main roster. NXT is loaded with talent. You need to give them something else to work for. And then the main roster, I mean... a women's Intercontinental, a women's United States Championship, like... I think that's really cool, and I think they have enough wrestlers where they can make it. I think it'll go a lot better than like the women's tag team championships and how they've been treated over the years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think it'll be great. And also, what's nice too is you have Jade and Bianca now with the women's tag titles,
right?
So they're going to be able to hold those.
They're building the value up to that. Exactly.
No, I think that'd be great. I think it seems like what they're doing. Start with the NXT, even if you want to do the NXT women's title, or NXT North American women's title for a year.
Give that some time
and see how that works. See how that develops. Right. Also, I think NXT. I don't know what the number. Maybe NXT probably has a little less titles. Probably has less titles in the main roster. Maybe.
Yeah,
just
I mean they only have the one mid card.
Don't have the one brand.
They have like obviously they have the two world titles, two mid card, and the two tag team. I think NXT is just one of each.
Yeah,
for each division. No, women don't even have the NXT tag team championships anymore.
Yeah. Oh right, because they put them into the now they're the.
It makes even more sense why they're bringing in the women's mid card championship.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it does. Yeah, have the tag. Keep the tag on. What am I trying to say? Keep the tag on the main roster.
Right.
It differentiates is what I'm trying to say. I couldn't think about the point I was making. But yeah, no, I agree with that. Okay, and I think that is our show.
Yeah, we'll take the rest of this into the after party, into Patreon.
We're gonna take the rest in the after party. I do want to talk about. I want to talk about the learning tree at the top of the Patreon. You know, it's funny. I got a hot take. Kind of like it. Oh God, I like it now. I kind of like it now.
They're feeding into how bad it is, which I think
that's kind of the thing. Yeah. I kind of like it.
All right.
I'm surprised I like it. If you want to hear more about that, head over to the Patreon, patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling. $5.99 a month. You get this episode ad-free and a bonus weekly episode called The After Party that we're going to jump into for free. And you get it. So head over there. We'll see you over there. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Leave your comments. Follow us on everything. You get it. We'll see you next week for our the titles over there for our Clash at the Castle predictions, where the SCW Predictions Championship will be on the line.
Yeah, quick turnaround.
Am I the champ?
No, I'm the
You're the champ.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I was like, I didn't know what this meant.
No, I know. Usually we're used to you being the champ, but this time around, I'm putting it on the line.
Yeah. Wow, you won both the nights. Huge, big weekend for you last weekend.
Well, hopefully we keep the streak going. Hopefully it's the summer of Dante. We'll see.
Summer of Dante.
We'll see.
All right. Thank you for watching again. We appreciate you. We're catching the after party. And until next time, we'll see you when we see you, huh? Boop.
Peace.